We begin tonight with this dangerous and brutal cold in the Northeast and across much of the country tonight. And now what has become an historic winter storm across multiple states tonight. The first ever blizzard warning for parts of Texas and Louisiana. Snow and freezing rain from Texas to Florida to the Carolinas. Whiteout conditions. This is the Texas Panhandle right here. Treacherous travel tonight. This is Bourbon Street in New Orleans, the city getting 8 inches of snow. Blizzard conditions near Lafayette, Louisiana. More than 7 inches of snow and counting. Cars and trucks off the road. Near Houston tonight, a FedEx tractor trailer overturning. Both of the city's airports shut down. Multiple airports, in fact, across the region have halted all flights. Snow all the way to the Florida Panhandle. Look at this, winter storm warnings in Pensacola. Slow going on Interstate 10. And just look at the numbers tonight, the dangerous cold, the wind chills tomorrow morning at or below zero. New York City to Washington, D.C. In Asheville, North Carolina, -3. Ginger Z with the forecast in a moment here. But first, Victor Akendo tonight, right in the middle of this storm.
Tonight, drivers in ditches, highways shut down. Treacherous travel from a once-in-a-generation Gulf Coast whiteout crippling the Deep South.
We've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's that simple.
The first blizzard warnings ever issued for the state of Louisiana. Howling wind and more than 10 inches of snow in spots. Authorities shutting down dozens of highways, overpasses, and bridges.
The challenge I think we're going to face is the bridges right now are acting like big ice trays.
In New Orleans, this drone video showing the iconic streets of the French Quarter packed with snow. The city's downtown streets practically unrecognizable. Residents stunned by all of it.
I've seen snow before, but never in New Orleans.
In Houston, both airports closed to all flights until tomorrow. More than a dozen airports halting operations across the region, thousands of flights canceled. It's 10 a.m. in downtown Houston, and there isn't a soul in sight. Officials urging everyone to stay off the streets. Officials say while help is coming from around the state, the city doesn't even own a single snowplow of its own. Just outside Houston in Fort Bend County, authorities say multiple 18-wheelers were involved in this crash, shutting the Southwest Freeway for hours. No one was hurt, but traffic fatalities have been reported in the state. The system fueled by the coldest air of the season that's punishing nearly the entire country. Officials in Georgia say at least one person has died of hypothermia, and authorities in Austin say at least 2 have died in the cold there. And David, while the snow is headed east, this frigid cold is not going away. All of the melted ice and snow expected to refreeze overnight, leading to some dangerous conditions on the roads. Officials here in Houston asking everyone to stay home. David?
What a scene across multiple states tonight. Victor Akendo leading us off. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z. And Ginger, this dangerous deep freeze really on the way for millions, including the Northeast. Some 80% of the country dealing with this?
Yes, and while so many from Boston back to the Twin Cities are in a snow drought, David, we are seeing this flip-flop of winter. And that's exactly where we start with this astonishing Gulf Coast storm. All-time record snow, Mobile, Alabama, and they're still snowing, more than a half foot already. Beaumont, Texas, more than 5 inches. Pensacola, Florida, right there in the Panhandle, 5+ inches. And New Orleans at 8 inches, rivaling that 1895 storm, which was the last record for so many. Many of them broke today. And it's still snowing in southeast Georgia. Macon, Augusta will get it right up the coast there. Charleston into Wilmington. We're timing it out into the overnight hours. That's when the snow is going to really get heavy along those beaches in the southeast. Down to ice still in Jacksonville by 6 a.m. tomorrow. So a lot of schools preemptively closing. That's great news because really staying off the roads is how you're going to get around this one. Look at all those cold weather alerts from Michigan right down to Texas and over to Florida. David, record lows possible tomorrow morning. I had a lot of people writing me and saying, hey, your weather showed up on my lawn. Don't worry, you'll get some moderating temps in the south by the weekend.
Yes, just take these temperatures seriously, Logan. It's going to be a very cold and dangerous morning ahead, Ginger. We'll see you on GMA.